Okay, this headline reads, Pope calls migrant crisis Arab invasion, says Europe must rediscover its cultural roots. Pope Francis has described the European migration crisis as an Arab invasion. He said that Europe weakens by forgetting its own history, but because of its low birth rate and colonial history, the mass migration could be beneficial. Now, on the face of it, friends, I thought this is quite a liberal pope, and for him to acknowledge there's an Arab invasion of Europe, that was a good thing. But he went on to say that this mass migration was basically beneficial. The Pope said, how many invasions has Europe experienced in the course of its history? But Europe has always been able to overcome herself, increased by the exchange between cultures. Friends, I personally cannot see how this mass migration is going to be beneficial, or this, in other words, this exchange between cultures is going to be beneficial to Europe. A Europe that is already teetering on the brink of economic ruin. Now friends, let's not underestimate that this mass migration is a serious problem for Europe. And let's get this straight, friends. If a person is against this mass migration, it doesn't make them a racist. I have absolutely no qualms with Arab people or any other peoples of that matter. I'm not a racist, and this is not a racism issue, friends, even though that's the general way the media and politicians often want to cast it. I was accused of being a racist just this week on the internet. But for those who know me, they know that I could never be cast as a racist. We've personally had Muslim Arabs stay in our home for prolonged periods, and we love them. We've even had the privilege of being invited to stay with Muslims in an Arab land. I spent time in Africa with orphan children, and time in India too. Oh, and I'm married to an Italian. Anyway, folks, this is a way to silence those who would otherwise speak up. No one wants to be told they have racist views, of course, but it's not racist to be concerned about this Arab invasion, as the Pope calls it. This is more about having a problem with a religion that is at odds with Western culture, a religion that at its core has a political agenda to subjugate the West through its own laws, the law of Sharia. Friends, surely freedom-loving people should be opposed to anything that threatens democracy. And that's not also to mention the obvious spiritual consequences of bowing down to this. Friends, we should pray for Europe as the Holy Spirit leads. And also, friends, let's be continuously mindful of this extremely politically minded Pope.